Hey guys. So this is like morning time and like Ziggy land. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Jenny from Gabble Geeks. Getting Ziggy with it with Jenny and Ziggy. Thank you so much, Lana. So I had an hour to like kill and um I'm just so random. So there she is. Hey.
Hello.
I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but hey, like that's
I'm
like
sure we could come up with
for the
something.
best streams over here. I felt really bad because last night I wanted to hit your live and see what that case was about, and somehow I got I it just ends up taking an hour video to go over takes like 3 hours in YouTube land. So that got drawn out. I should have known better, but sorry. I will definitely love to go over there. So I don't know, sometime this week or something. Who knows? Later on today.
Yeah, whenever you want.
I don't-
Whenever you feel like
wasn't
it.
wasn't my channel like the first that you ever came on panel?
Yeah, it was. It was very first panel. And I didn't say much
It
at
is
all.
so crazy. When are you going back to red? Oh no, that's not you. That's your friend. You had blue hair at the end. Okay, so
Yeah, I've always been blue. Yeah. That's my friend Heather.
That's what I have on my hair right now, and that's why I was like, I have an hour to kill before I have to wash this out, and I wanted to go on here at a more decent time. Oh, it's a case about money laundering and a psycho. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like something that definitely interests me because I like figuring out people's minds and the way they think are so fascinating.
There is so much to this case. We could split it up among 20 people to spearhead each piece of it and have months worth.
Yeah. So what's the guy's name again?
Alec Murdoch.
Alec?
Yeah, it's spelled
Murdoch.
Alex, Alex.
And more.
But yeah, they pronounce it Alec.
How do you spell his last name? Is it
Murdaugh?
Murdaugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought you were talking about somebody like that's in that area of East Tennessee because there's a lot of Murlocs but I guess this
Murloc, yeah. No. This is totally different. This is
Murdoch.
It's Arlington, South Carolina. They call it the Low Country.
Okay.
And it's so corrupt. It's like 4 or 5 counties in a circuit, 14th Circuit, and their family has run most of this like area for a long time. Like there was a railroad depot there, and the way the railroad works, when you sue the railroad, you just have to do it in a town where there's a depot. And so people knew that they could come to the 14th Circuit for their case and they would get a settlement. Right. But their settlement was much smaller than it would have been getting a settlement somewhere else because these people all took a cut. The judge, the prosecutor, like all of them.
Wow. Really? This is crazy.
Wow. It's absolutely insane.
So you're like guaranteed money, but like,
yeah, because they're crooked.
I'll get their cut. Wow. Yep. That's a good idea. Never thought of that before. I just need to get in good with some judges, and, prosecutors or whatever. I don't know, some attorneys. You have a town or you have a friend that lives there? Well, I I just know that I feel like Summer Wells' case is it's seriously worth the. I've been saying this since day one, though, but I hope it's so true that it's really um, coming close to the end, or where we have some answers. It just feels like I don't know. I can't even
Yeah,
really. I'm trying to pinpoint when it started to.
it's got to be
Uh,
close. I mean, we've got to be, because Pruitt did his interview, and he said we're no closer than we were on the 15th. I was like, bullshit. There's
well,
no
see,
possible way you're not closer than you were. No possible way
right?
that you at least
Unless
know
they,
not to look at.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I can see why they would say that, but it's like I don't know what that's it is discouraging though, because it's like, wow, so you guys are where we're at, really? I mean, I think we've all like felt from the beginning, like, well, not all of us, but many felt like that the parents knew something. I don't think that's like ever really changed for most of us. Um, but it does seem like I don't know. Here at some point recently, I would say right before like the vigil. So I don't know. I guess about May is when I feel like things started to like amp up with and it seemed to do that when everybody started focusing on Jody Sue. Like I don't know. It just
Yeah,
seemed like a lot of stuff just kept coming out like I don't
it
know.
did.
Well, so so like, what are we gonna? You've got to. There's gonna always, unfortunately, be something to talk about. People are like, "What are you gonna do when?" Or what are these creators gonna do when Summer Wells? Well, it's not like it. All the tragedies in the world just like end. That would be nice.
That's true. Well, I mean, the answer to that question is like, what has, I used to be, or still am, did Facebook groups for the same thing that I'm doing the YouTube channel about. So what did we do for the last 15 years before someone went missing? That's what we'll be doing, covering other cases. And,
Exactly.
I mean, it's that simple. I
Well, I
didn't
mean,
build
this
my
has been my
channel.
first. Summer Wells was my first,
Yeah.
obviously, pretty much, and I've always, I mean, that's been what, or she's what has kept me rooted in this community, I guess. But
Yeah.
um, I think it will. I've veered off. Like I was really into that case with the prison guard that let
Oh, yeah.
her out, or her boyfriend. Hold on, I got like dye on my
Party Cake asked if we've been following the Fabian Gonzalez trial in regard to Victoria Martens. Absolutely. And I haven't done a live on it or anything like that, but I don't know even how old that channel or that group is. We have a private group with Gavel Geeks on Facebook about it. And we followed
About
it
which
the whole
case?
way. Fabian Gonzalez. So there was a little girl named Victoria Martens. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. They were the mother and her friend and this guy, Fabian Gonzalez. I can't remember how he's related. I think he's a cousin or something. But they, this little girl, they rented her out frequently.
They
And
what? Oh, they pimped her out? Is that what you said?
I said rented. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, so same thing. Oh my
same thing.
god.
They did.
Huh?
And it was crazy. Like they jumped over the porch to get away from the police. It was crazy. But the other two, Michelle Martins and Jessica Kelly, they took plea deals. Um, and I think there may be more coming because a plea, when you take a plea deal, you're agreeing to something. I
Right.
believe that Jessica Kelly broke hers. I'll have to look at that again. It's been a little bit since I looked to see what's going on. but Fabian has a trial. I don't know if it's pending or not.
Wow. So they like killed this little, oh my gosh. She's,
Oh, and horribly. I mean,
oh my
horrible.
gosh.
It's a very rough one, and she's a
Wow.
beautiful little girl.
I know
Beautiful.
she is. And that's why it's like they take
There you
advantage
go.
of it because she is really, very, I look at her, I think like usually you say cute for a little girl, but she is pretty. Like, I don't know. And it's like uh, people, these weirdos prey on,
They do. They do.
it's
This is their child. I mean, this was her child.
her own.
She just doesn't care. But people, how can you do that? How can you do it to anyone? How can you do it to your own child? Look how disgusting these people are.
It's 3 of them here. So we have which,
The mother is the one with the busted nose.
okay.
That is Michelle Martens.
And this is the father, the
No.
middle.
Mm-mm. That is, I believe, a cousin. But I can't remember if he's a
Like a
cousin.
pimp? Was he supposed to be like the pimp?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it because they didn't put out any information at a certain point, right? So the details about these people, and then the other one was her friend. And I don't know if Party Cake. Do you remember their relationships? I can't remember.
Well,
exactly
that's just. I mean, I was just curious for overview. It's fine if you can't. I just, I'm just bullshitting because I don't have really anything to talk about. But that does look interesting. And when did this happen? Let's see. This would have been
2016. 2016.
huh? 2016.
2016.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and in January, they were talking about he was supposed to start. He was supposed to go to trial in January, but for some reason they delayed it.
Let's see, 2016. Okay, so that's the same year as. That's the same year, or wait, is it the same year? No, that's the year before. I think not that amount, but Delphi. I was just kind of Delphi. I think was 2017. I don't know. Not that it matters. I just was like. Then 2018 was Chris Watts. Oh my gosh, I was so into that. I think it was.
God. I know.
I was like so in I probably was even more like obsessed with that case than even Summer Wells, I feel like. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to determine.
I wasn't as obsessed with it because once we found out about the oil tanks, that was like I couldn't do anymore, which is weird. But I usually stay away from children's cases, and we're talking about 3 children's cases with children right now.
Yeah,
but I feel like I have to. I get too invested and too emotional about it, but it happens,
I don't know. Somehow I'm able to like separate myself a little bit more. I don't, which is weird because I'm so sensitive and aware. Yeah. I mean, but it's so weird when you look like people can fool me really easily. Like it's weird because I look at Chris Watts and I just like can't even imagine it. Like even thinking of him right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks so normal.
Ziggy, I was the only person in our group that watched that interview with him and went, guys, this does not mean that he's guilty. And they were all like, oh, yes, he is. I was like, no, I don't know. I don't, I didn't see anything that made me think that.
Odd, but
I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, I was such an idiot.
I know. Like, I don't know why, but my first, which is kind of scary. It kind of goes along with like what I was talking to Benny about how when I was like standing face to face with Dawn, and alarm bells aren't going off. Like that's really scary.
But it's weird, Ziggy. Alarm bells did go off for Benny.
Yeah, I know, that's what he was saying, and it's like, does that mean
That's
that
weird.
he because well, he has well, I don't know if he's been in prison. I think he's been in I don't know if he's actually been in prison, but that's what Don would say it was is that they it's because they or that's kind of also what Benny was saying is that he I don't know, recognizes certain behaviors because of being in jail or prison or whatever. Which I've been in jail before, but I'm much more naive. I mean,
So you
uh,
say, Ziggy.
oh, I'm like so naive. It's crazy. Yeah, I was voted most gullible in high school. So imagine that. Second most gullible. We'll give that to me. But yeah, I've always been a little naive and take people at their, kind of like their, what's the word? Chris Watts was a squeaky clean. Yes, like no background. You know what I mean? He didn't have any background though. Like usually history is a good indicator of the future, right? But when things are not like it just was not he didn't have any history of that. Nobody had a bad thing to say about the guy. Nobody saw any type of violence out of him or anything. And then he just does something like that. That's like
Yeah,
hella scary. Like
that's why.
that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go. I'm just.
I was just
I.
going to say, I think that's why people look at Nicole so
Mhm.
critically, right? Because they go, there had to be some other influence here, right? For him to
Yeah.
have done that because there was just nothing. There was nothing about him. But I mean, we don't know what was going on in his head that whole time, like how he was keeping it under control. Maybe just the want for someone else or a different life that overrode everything that was keeping that stuff
He
back.
like
You know?
the well. Yeah, he want his mistress was like much different than his wife. I mean, as far as but it always is like guy, it always is like really and the I don't know. It always, marriages and relationships they're not always like super exciting like forever, you know what I mean? So when he had that, it was like a drug, I think to him and I don't know. I did put a lot of blame on the mistress. Um, and I still sometimes I'm still like, oh my gosh, it's hard for me to grasp that he did all this by himself. But hey,
And it's,
Colby. Hey, everybody. Sorry.
but if they
Yeah,
haven't like brought charges against her yet, it's highly probable that didn't have anything, she didn't do
right.
anything criminal. But who knows? People say they see her in the videos and stuff. I could be.
Um, yeah, she tried. Oh, we're just talking about whatever, Lucky Lou, and that just
We're
reminded
getting
me.
Ziggy with
Everybody
it.
remember? Yeah, we're getting Ziggy with it for like an hour, and I. By the way, your name just reminded me, Lucky Lou. Guys, just know, definitely. I'm kind of not going to be really home a lot, today or tomorrow probably, but for sure. Okay, so Thursday I'm going live on Whatnot. So Wednesday, I have to have all those packages out. So I got to like I don't have a choice. So be looking for your tracking whether you had a. I usually should email it to you. If you pay through PayPal, it's always going to be attached to your PayPal invoice. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Um, I do stress about it though because I'm one that always has been like with shipping. I always have always shipped like super quick because it's kind of like I like to get it out of the way. But it's just been a weird couple weeks for me. Um, and but I do have so Thursday night you guys should come by Whatnot and see me for the first one. You say NK was involved? Yeah. For it's hard for me to think that she wasn't in some way. I don't know though. I guess. Um, so do you have a live on or a live tonight or?
Well, Adrian, her grandfather had a stroke, so we're just kind of chilling today to see what's going on there
You guys
for
had
her.
oh my gosh, you were live the other night. It was so great.
Which one?
You and huh?
Which one?
The I swear you guys were like all on edibles or something.
What? Oh my God! Which
You're totally
one
on
was
my vibe right now. That was a couple nights ago.
the one about Jody Loaf?
Yeah,
That one?
yeah.
Yeah, she's something
Which is
else.
that's every night, but pretty much lately. But just, you're
Yeah,
torn
she
with
goes through.
huh?
She goes through the creators. Like she picks a new one every day to mess with. Today that was you.
Me?
Just so you know. Yeah.
Me? Yay! I'm a lucky
I
wiener.
know, right? Yeah, Alley Cattle's a Polonius
Thanks
Sue.
for. I
Yeah.
would like to thank all my Zigsters and thank you guys so much. It couldn't have been this couldn't have happened without you.
You have to put up an award on your
What is she
community.
mentioning me about now? Because of Tiffany or
I,
something? Because I was cool
I,
with Tiffany?
well, I was
Listen.
listening, like half listening to it, but she called some electric company, but she was put on hold, so she stopped. She was like, I guess she was going to wait for hold to end or whatever, but whatever. Somebody that I think you were trying to help with an electric
Uh-huh.
bill or something, and
Uh-huh.
so she was calling the electric company to, I guess, to see if it was true or something. I don't know. And then she talked about like she was speaking positively about that other person that is so horrible to you. Yeah, it was just poking, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious because they're pretty much on equal grounds. Not quite, but because I can't. It's hard for me to put anybody quite at the level of Six Up, which I usually don't say his name, but like since I feel
Yeah, I
like
was
that's
trying not to. I'm sorry.
I know I usually try not to, but like the last couple of days I've been just like screw it because I feel like that's coming finally to an end, and
Mhm.
you know I'm yeah. But I don't know. I find that always hilarious though how when people get mad at somebody, like all of a sudden they're all bad, instead of like remembering
Right.
any
The good
type of
stuff.
anything positive, everything is bad, and suddenly, you know, like that's the first go-to for anybody who falls out with me is to go over to Six
Yep.
Up.
Well, that's what
And
I'm saying. That's what she's doing. But the reason, Ziggy, and I could be wrong, I don't even think it's about you necessarily. I think this is because of what Tiffany did against that person, right? So they're falling out. So now she's got to try to pull that person over to her team, right? As if there's teams. But her mind works that way in teams, right?
yeah,
So like she
and
thinks
I'm
we're all
like
part of a
not.
conspiracy. Yeah, exactly. She thinks
I
we're all
don't
part of
feel
some
like
big
I'm the same
conspiracy.
person, actually. I think I'm like the
Right.
complete opposite. Oh, we know Ziggy, we know. I'm like a non-team player ever.
That's not true
I
though.
I mean, okay,
That's not
well,
true.
I
If I
can
needed
be.
your I asked you about Ziggy Valero about what the stuff that went on with you. But at
Mhm.
the time you had a bunch of stuff privated, right? Because people were using it for nefarious things. And I asked you if you still had that. And that very night you went live and presented it again so that we could use it. And I appreciate that. So that is team playing. That is helping people when they ask for help, and
Yeah,
nobody knew that.
I mean, and it's stuff like that. I love helping people. I do, and if I
Mhm.
can, I'm going to. And if it's something
Yeah.
like that, and usually I'll be pretty speedy about it. I'll try to do it within. I'm try to be aware of other people's time. That's why
Yeah.
you'll catch me saying sorry a lot, even if I'm only a few minutes late, because I don't like to waste people's time. To me, time is like super important.
It is.
um, think about it, like think about all the time that you wasted on this stupid stuff, and think of the person who's on their deathbed. You know what I mean? Like all that time. That's just I don't know. I know it's a serious subject, but to me, time is definitely one of the most important.
It is. You
Um,
can't make more of it. It is what it
right.
is,
Yeah.
right? But
Time
I
is
know
money.
I get extremely frustrated when the what we're supposed to be doing on panel or whatever we're supposed to be doing is supposed to be about summer, and it ends up being like all about everything else. That like so that's to me that's like you pulled me up here and now this is junk, right? Not you. I'm talking about like it's happened before. Like I've been on panels where
Mhm.
they talked about just conspiracy theories, like all this stuff, and it's like, but we were supposed to talk about the facts in the case, right? That's where time matters to me, right? Because I can have fun like this. We plan to just talk today about whatever.
Mhm.
That I love doing that too, but I know what my time is going to be spent doing, right?
Right.
If I believe that my time is supposed to be for something important, for this 2 hours we're going to talk about, this topic, and it never comes up, that's frustrating. So I totally understand what you're talking about with time.
Yeah. I
It's
just and
you can't get it back.
right in a reporter room. Thank you so much for believing in me, give me another chance. Like I feel so bad. I just yeah. I'm going to be back on Wednesday, which I just had a notification go off right this second to remind me at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be on the reporter room. I was supposed to be on Sunday, and I mean, I have no excuse besides the fact that I literally thought I somehow slept through it. Everybody knows like my schedule is not normal, and so yeah, I felt so horrible, and then I felt really horrible to find out that the other person that was supposed to be there also didn't make it, and so yeah, I'm going to be doing that on Wednesday, and I'm determined to make sure I get that done. So,
I'll be there.
yeah, I like going on the reporter room because it's always for you never know how long I'm going to be on usually, but like this time I can only stay on for probably like till another 30 minutes or so, but usually, I could be on for several hours, but on reporter room, you're going to be there for like just about an hour, a little bit over maybe.
Yeah.
Um, hey Red, hey Sheba, hey CT, Marcy. So Marcy, you were friends with Shanann. Is that what I don't know who Justin Lee. I don't know who Justin Lee is.
Yeah, I actually ordered Thrive stuff after
Yeah,
that
have you
because I
tried
wanted
that?
to see if it worked. Yeah, it
Is it
works. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean,
does it make
it's
you jittery or
expensive.
something?
It depends on if you do if you don't follow the instructions like I didn't because I didn't realize. Yeah, it will because it's too much to just put in your body.
Mhm.
Like you're supposed to kind of wean into it a little bit. And I didn't. I started with here's the patch, here's the milkshake, here's the vitamins. And I was like, zoom. Like my whole house was clean. It was great. But
Wow.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, the patches
but it doesn't
are
make
really
you
good.
like all shaky.
Mm-mm.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, I hate that shit.
I'm, yeah.
It gave me a lot of energy though.
Yeah, I have been curious about it. Ever since that case. Let's see. What do you all think about this stuff Cam and Allie are uncovering? I feel like they're really hitting on something, even if it's completely separate as Summer. What is it that are you talking about the
RSO. So.
Yeah, the officers like getting in trouble, or like
Yeah. There's the Biggins and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that Officer Biggins, like, yeah, I immediately, when I saw that case, I immediately thought of Summer, because I mean it was when they mentioned that he was trying to solicit a 4-year-old. I was like, oh my god, that's the first thing I thought of was Summer. So I don't know, maybe, especially since it said in the article that he had been with, or he had mentioned how he had, been with children before, I guess, that age.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, like, who and where and who.
Like I heard him talk about a little bit of it, and all I can say is the links should be solid links. So I don't know. I heard at one point that somebody was friends with somebody on Facebook, and that was a link. So I don't know about, like,
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I haven't looked at it myself. I think it's great that they're doing that and digging through it. So I need to go take a look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I was supposed to go on their channel a couple days ago, and then that got postponed a couple of times. But I haven't been able. It's hard to, when you have your own channel, like, watch other people's, that, even as much as you want to. It's just sometimes does not happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sometimes I listen to 2 or 3 things at once just because there's so much going on.
Wow.
I have to.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way I could do that. I mean, I sometimes occasionally I try that, but it doesn't work out very well.
Yeah, I have to, like, figure out what's important. Like, you know what I mean? I have to kind of quickly figure out, does this directly apply to Summer's case? Right. And if it doesn't, sometimes I have to, like, skip it. And I'll some of them I've listened to for pleasure anyway. Right. Like, even if you're not talking about Summer, I listen to you when I get a chance, when I relax. So it's a different thing.
Yeah,
but as far as
you're A1 day one, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
That was so funny though, guys. When I came up on her panel, I'd never been on a panel before. And I just was like, well, heck, I want to ask Prayer Garden a question, because it was Prayer Garden and Jenna both were up there. And it was when they were fighting with each other before they made up the first time, like before they were like calmed down. And it was so crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Everybody was talking. There was like 9 people on panel, and I just sat there. And Ziggy was like, "Well, involuntary polymath, do you have a question that you want to ask?" And the question, do what? Yeah,
I remember you being so patient, because that was like really a that doesn't happen too often, where you were like so patient and quiet, and yeah.
That was one of the ones that Doug live streamed while you were on.
Oh,
right. He was live streaming over there, and then he did a whole live making fun of everybody that was on panel. Right. So I was like, okay, that sucked. But
he was making fun of you?
Not me. He was making fun of most people on the panel, but I didn't say anything. So I guess, he said something about my hair being blue, like made some crack about it, but I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I had some of the best streams I've ever had when I was over on his panel or when he's over here and stuff. But I guess we have like kind of just a love-hate relationship, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
With Doug, I mean, I can watch him sometimes, and I was like, I used to watch him all the time, but I haven't really watched him hardly any at all. But recently I watched a little bit, and yeah, I just was like, man, this dude's hilarious sometimes. Like, I find him funny, but at other times it's like he does some things that are like, oh my God.
Yeah, he is. I was like taking dishes out of the dishwasher one time, and I was going, shut up, Cher. Shut up, Cher. The whole time I was like, oh my God. It was just in my head, and I didn't dislike Cher. It was just
I need to add that. I need to add back a Cher sticker to my. I think I deleted that when I was trying to. I need to add more stickers for the members. I used to have a Cher one.
Oh, are you guys okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Who, me and Cher?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
I didn't. I was like, oh, oops.
No, because that was her choice. She totally ruined one of my best sources, and it really pisses me off every time I think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, we'll talk about other stuff. I'm so sorry.
See, like you haven't been able. It's been probably, when was that, guys? Okay, that
I remember
that lady went up on my panel, and the one that she's retired with Hawkins County, and she was talking about like a interaction she had with Ronnie Lawson. And where she had mentioned that Ronnie Lawson said, you know, why isn't Candace, like, why doesn't she tell us or tell everybody why it took her, 4 hours to call 911? Anyways, Cher made it into like the biggest deal and was saying, I don't know. It just from then it all just like kind of tumbled down. And she had a screenshot I sent her to when I was on one of her panels, and because I want to ask her like, hey, should I mention it? Because the information I had got, the person that I was talking to and I had been talking to since October or November of last year, their son is really good friends with Wyatt, and at the new location, and I had been talking to her up until that point, and I accidentally sent a screenshot to Cher, and I forgot to scribble out the phone number, and she thought that the person was, or she just assumed the person was the CPS lady that everybody talks about, from when you remember that whole situation, right?
I do. And I feel so bad now. I get along with Cher. I mean, I didn't mean to.
No, it's totally fine.
I like Cher.
It's good that you can be cool with Cher and whoever you are.
I know.
But bringing it up is totally fine. Like, do you also use the Ziggy shampoo hair dye, Jenni? No, what do you use?
What do I use about the color?
Yeah.
It's Guy Tang. He is wonderful. Guy Tang.
Sky Tang?
Guy, Guy. Tang, Tang.
Right.
He is amazing. It fades true to color. It doesn't turn aqua. It doesn't do the weird stuff. I love it.
Is it a YouTuber guy?
He does YouTube stuff, yeah. He does rock and roll stuff. He's entertaining for sure.
Oh, because I'm looking at the stuff that you use, and is it hard on your hair?
No. Nope.
Yeah.
The bleach is harder on my hair.
Like, no. Don't ever feel like, I want everybody to, be cool with whoever they want to be cool with. Don't feel like, just my opinion on somebody is not, Jenni's and vice versa. So
I love that about you too, because we're individuals and we all have our own opinions and feelings and thoughts, and people don't realize that
I know, but
sometimes they
it's
clump
important
us
to
together.
mention. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
important to remind because a lot of times, like people do feel uncomfortable. Like if they go on somebody's panel, like a lot of times you feel pressured. Like you don't want to cause like unnecessary drama, and a lot of times it happens just
Nope.
from being on somebody's panel.
Yeah,
Because somebody on there was, like me saying, "Oh, I don't like Sharon." You're just up there. You just happen to be like on the panel, but people relate you to. It's weird,
hmm
but it's for some reason you have to remind people like, "Hey, that's just my opinion," because
right.
it easily will. We've seen so many times like I've people give me shit about who I have on my panel, and it's like I don't know why they do that. It
Oh, I think
like
that's terrible. Like I love Joe Rogan because he has everybody on there. People I like, people I don't like, stuff like that. I don't agree with him a lot, but that's the same type of thing, right? You have people up to discuss things, and that's how we get better as a society in general.
yeah.
Is we listen to
Right.
different
And the
opinions.
only way you can learn is from differing opinions. And that's like the whole, like, people are going to get it one day or not here on this channel. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
when they, people get offended if I have a certain person on that they feel like was really rude to whatever, you
yeah.
know.
She's gonna get all kind of fallout for having me up here.
Yeah. No, I don't think,
Oh, sorry.
I think most people, I've never heard anybody talk shit about you, really.
Oh, you've never heard Jody
And I don't know if it's about being a trusting, and I definitely am open for sure. Like I'm very open and non-judgmental, but trusting, like, yeah, I trust people until they give me a reason not to. But that's like a whole different thing. That's just I don't feel like I have to be trusting with somebody that comes up to my panel. We're just talking, like, I don't know, it's nothing much more than that. And some people put it too much on it, like, oh my god, you had that person on your panel, that means like you agree with, the
except
bullshit that
that
you did the night before or
except that
whatever.
I like Ziggy, and she likes me too. So there's that.
Wait, what? Are you
I
talking
said,
to?
except you. I said we
Oh.
like each other. Yeah, she's not just having me up here to have me spill some secrets. I like
Well, we'll
Ziggy.
take some secrets too. Like,
Y'all, I gave Ziggy a big old hug. She hates hugs. I was like, ah.
who's gonna hate hugs?
I thought you didn't like hugs.
Uh, well,
Well, I know I kept
I
chasing
was
a
like,
hug and a kiss.
how did you freaking know? Just kidding.
I thought you had said that before.
I don't know. I
Because
mean,
after I hugged you, I was like, I'm sorry. I am too, but I did that. I don't chasing hates hugs. Chasing
no,
truth.
I just, I
And
don't, but I guess it matters. I don't know. I'm just more of a shy person, I guess. It has nothing to do with really hating hugs, but I'm just
there are no
awkward.
shy there are no shy people around me in person.
But yeah, I like that. You were the same in person as you are on here. You were actually when I remember I was like my first impression of you was like you were just happy. Like I just loved that. I mean,
I
you were
agree. I
just so
mean,
happy and like forgiving. Um and I think that's like because we had recently talked about, some things like some misunderstandings or miscommunication, like pretty much, on actually with
yeah,
my part that I had, and I can
both of
see
us.
like anybody who would have heard it would have thought some way. And like you were totally forgiving and I really, really appreciate that. And I could tell it was bothering you too. Nobody likes the awkwardness and stuff. And especially like when you really like somebody and think that they're a decent person, I was, I was glad that to know that you recognize that we're all human. We all make mistakes, and even though, I mean, I don't, a lot of people like hold on to like stuff, you know what I mean?
And it's really hard too when you're getting to know someone, right? But when you don't know each other's allowances, or how we vent,
Yeah.
or how we deal with issues or things like that. That first, like, getting to know people and figuring out, okay, well, this is how this, you know what I mean? That's always, it can be very difficult, but it leads to like misunderstandings on, because it was me too. It wasn't just you, Ziggy. I mean, we both, you know,
But it was, but it made sense after we talked it out, right? Because it's like you told me where you're coming from, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, I'm telling you guys, my memory is horrible, and sometimes I have to be like walk through things. It's bad,
yeah.
but like, um,
But Ziggy, some people wouldn't do that though. Like you did, they would just continue. They would dig their feet in,
a lot of
right?
people are like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
I
not. And
mean,
I thought that was
it
super
seems like
cool.
most people. That's why I was like happy to know that you were willing to. I don't know. A lot of people aren't willing to look into themselves at all as far as their fault in it, and I like that because it helps me understand. I always have to freaking understand everything.
Well, that's
Um,
good. That's good though. I'm just like
um,
I love to learn. I love to grow.
oh my gosh.
So
I am that is so funny. Like I'm the same. I'm the same. I just Google everything, everything.
there's
And
my friend Heather, the one with the red hair. She always says this. I'm like, oh, who was it that was in that movie or whatever? She goes, if only there was this little box we could use to look that up. And I'm like, okay, I'll go look it up.
yeah, I
If
have
there
to
was a
anytime I hear a word or like I don't know, sometimes like a medication, for example, because that was something that happened today. Anything like somebody brings up that I never heard before, I'll type it in and to learn
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
And
I mean, that's smart, Ziggy, because I know you guys, I'm sure you all know this, that Ziggy's very intelligent. And she is, and that's a sign of that, right? That you want to know, you want to know the answers to things. So, no, I totally mean that, Ziggy.
oh,
I
I
don't know why you
love
laughed. You
that.
are,
It's because
you are
I feel like that's the whole goal in life is become,
learning.
learn as much as you can while you're here. And I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure you guys have, ran into somebody who's like really wise. And it doesn't have to be like somebody real old. I mean, it wisdom comes at all ages, but a lot of times it's older people. But I just like love listening to somebody who is really wise.
Yes,
And they
me too.
always are able to, the people that are, like, I think of my grandfather, like, they're always just learning, constantly learning. Um, Highly
But
intelligent as in I'm I'll tell you, I'm intelligent when it comes to like books and
yeah.
learning and stuff, but not I'm definitely not common sense smart.
Well, we were talking. I'm crying, Mama. We were talking about that because my dad said I'm the dumbest genius he's ever met.
Yeah.
Right, and it was.
That is like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but that is definitely me.
Well,
I
it
am
was like.
so stupid.
Well, the story was
Yes.
like when I was like 20 years old, I was vegetarian back then, right? And so my parents, I went home to visit, and they had like boiled shrimp, cold shrimp stuff, and I love shrimp, right? And so I was eating them, and my mom was like, "Hold on." I thought you were vegetarian, and I was burn animals, and even like laughed. And I had never seen a shrimp with a head on it. And so I don't know
I heard
where
you
I
say
thought
this
they came from.
for real? Like, you
I
really
said shrimp don't have eyes. Yeah. That's what I said. Shrimp don't have eyes. And my dad thinks to this day that is the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard. And he's right. I was like, I don't know if they were shrimp trees or you like plant a shrimp and get more, or I don't know.
So did you, well, some people who are vegetarians or whatever, or I guess it might be called pescatarian. I don't know. Some of them eat shrimp and
yeah, fish. Yeah.
Fish.
I can't remember. Do y'all remember what that name of that is? Now let's look it up.
Pescatarian.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
That's what I was. Pescatarian is somebody who they eat fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, whole grains, beans, eggs, dairy, and stay away from meat and poultry. They eat fish and other seafood. Okay, yeah. So pescatarians, which
but I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean I didn't know at the time.
I don't know. You know what I think of when I think of that though? Oh my gosh,
religion.
Huh?
Religion.
No. I'm not one that likes fish at all. Like really, I like shrimp. Now if I am fishing and I catch it myself, like I do love to fish, but I mean, I don't know, haven't this year yet. But anyways, I don't. It doesn't happen often, but yeah, I would maybe eat fresh fish, like if it was just caught.
Do bass if you're going to do it. Do bass because it's not fishy.
Yeah,
if it's cooked right.
All I can think of somebody who eats a lot of fish is that their, coochie stinks. I know that's so bad. I was thinking.
Oh my god!
So random. Sorry.
Try pineapple. It's supposed to be really good.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Sorry. I know that was so bad. I'm so sorry to anybody.
But if you eat pineapple, that's supposed to be it's supposed to be really good. So remember that. Now that you're dating again.
So eat lots of
pineapple. And then to get some feedback on it.
Oh man.
Nico said Google makes us all geniuses. That is not true, Nico. You have to understand how to use Google in order for it to make you sound smart.
Right. And plus, like anything can go on the internet too. So you have to also know how to have discernment and yeah.
All you have to do is watch a little of the loaf over there, and you'll see how Googling things does not make you a genius.
Yeah.
There are multiple examples.
Yeah.
Trout. Yeah, Carrie. Trout.
She's definitely a wow. You know what? Why does she? One thing that. Why does she try to talk like she talks so odd? Like, I'm not talking about the.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with her voice. Yeah,
I'm not even really trying to be funny either. I'm not. Right. I'm just like I'm serious. Why does she uses like so like poetic language type? Kind of reminds me a little bit of Johnny Depp or even Amber Heard. I guess when they were during that trial, they were talking about histrionic personality disorder, and I'm not.
Yes.
Oh, here I go diagnosing somebody again.
No, but no, that's a word.
A lot of poetic language, or is that borderline personality disorder or something like that? That's all I can think of.
We call it the Vajodi monologues.
Is that what I don't?
That's what we call it.
That's where she uses very like, the stuff that sometimes it can be clever. Sometimes she can come off clever at times, but sometimes it can come off like.
Really it comes off that way. It's written down, so you could, if you watch her when she's doing that, she'll look over, right?
She writes down scripts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she does. So she does that, and she looks off into the distance. It's like she thinks she's in a movie. You know what I mean? Like she looks off in the distance, and she's like, the those hills, they're calling me. Summer's
Wow.
calling me. You know, that kind of thing. And it's like, come on, lady. Come
Maybe
on.
she should be a poet. Maybe she's a poet and never
Sure.
maybe she's a poet and never knew it. What's that
Didn't
song
know
called?
it. Poet didn't know it.
Damn, I'm a poet and didn't know it.
As Dirk said, Jody Sue is the camper von Blanche Dubois.
Oh no, Blanche. Yeah,
You know, the Golden Girls.
actually, yes, but
Yeah, she's not that quick-witted. Blanche was much more quick-witted.
But the thing is, it's like she's quick-witted. I don't know. Occasionally, she's clever, but very occasionally. Very, very occasionally. But
Well,
usually, I can't understand at all what she's saying. Like, even if I can hear her, like, what are you even talking about? I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
You just go in circles and circles and circles.
Well, it's not even just the circles, and it's not anybody's fault because there's a lot of people who can't understand her, and it's she'll say part of a sentence and then trail off and go whatever, and go into another sentence, you know, and you're like, well, wait a minute, you said provocative words in that half sentence, right? Like words that made people go, wait, what? And then you trailed off. She does that so that she could put the ideas out there about things. But if anybody ever claims she said it, she could say, no, I didn't. I never said. That's what she heard. I never said. But she's putting it out there. What else were you going to say? Right? You know, you say these words on purpose. You do this on purpose. And then you trail off so that you can put it out there so that people pick it up and think, you know, whether you're accusing Dawn or Candace or Andy, right? You make these accusations, but you don't finish the sentence. So that gives you an out so that you can come back and say, I never said that. And you hear her say that a lot. I never said that. And then a clip channel plays exactly what she said. Right. And any thinking human being knows that's what she said. But, you know, she gives herself out all the time.
Yeah. You've learned to understand her, but Jenni is right. She doesn't finish sentences or thoughts. She does it on purpose and then mutes her. That's, yeah. I can't talk because I'm really bad at that. And I know that. And that's what the haters all say about me. But like, I recognize it.
No.
I mean,
it's not the same thing, Ziggy. It's not the same thing. It's that's you like getting pulled by chat or your child or something else is happening, right? That pulls you away, that distracts you. That is not what's happening here. It is dead silent and no movement over there. That is how she gets out of stuff. Because
that would make me feel awkward.
If you watch her on June 16th, June 20th, June 24th, you watch those videos and then you watch her now. She's adapted just like Dawn's adapted.
Yes. Dawn does adapted.
Yeah. And so it makes it much more clear. We went over, like, I had the transcripts from her early stuff, those interviews I was just talking about, those early ones right after Summer went missing, and read them. And I did word for word. I did all the ums and the whatevers and the so and the curse words and everything else, and read them out. And it's super easy to see once you do that. Once you look at the words that she's saying, and it's I, me, I.
Yeah, I heard you saying. Yes, you were going over something about this a couple days ago, I think.
Yeah, it's just. I do. I say effing psycho like frequently while I'm watching her. That's like how I feel.
How often everything was like, you know, even if she was like mentioning about Summer, which was rare, but if she did, it would always still go back to her in some way.
It's always in the context of her. If she talks about her own child or her own children, it is in the context of how it affects her. Right. And what that shows is that she doesn't have the capacity for empathy.
Yeah.
Right. So she sat there and cried about what Don B said about the boys, which was horrid. Do not misunderstand me. What he said was horrible. Don B.
He says
And
I don't know.
yeah, he commented something really bad and took it down and claimed he was drunk.
Really?
It
You
was
see, that
really
bothers me
disgusting.
because Don B, like, gave me so much
I,
shit for talking about the
yeah,
boys and this. So
yeah.
that's
But she posts this on her wall. Jody Sue
mhm,
did. She reposted it right after he's taken it down, post a screenshot of it to degrade him for what he's done, right? Which I'm not, it's deserved. But coming from her, she said the
mhm.
most horrible thing I've ever heard about the oldest son. She said it, flat out said it. And then she sits
Yeah.
there and pretend cries about the boys. She doesn't, that empathy doesn't exist for her. I absolutely don't believe. The only person she cares about is herself. She even says, I and my children.
How could you be in a relationship with somebody like that for I'm just sitting here thinking, like, how does
I
somebody
know.
in a relationship with somebody who's
Well,
completely, like, into themselves, like
yeah. What, Ziggy, that would be like you saying, I and my daughter. Would you ever even, that doesn't come out of your mouth. You say my daughter and I, because your
no, I
daughter
just
in
said
your
my
mind
daughter.
comes first. Yeah, but she comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to think about it.
Right.
What,
Always my
what,
daughter always exactly, that's how it usually goes for
the,
thought that I'm learning from YouTube, things are just much different than my worldview is changing because I'm learning.
yeah, that's good. That's what we're here to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it kinda sucks. It can be in a way, it's obviously good, but it can be very discouraging to learn that, man, there's more, like, horrible people in this world than I thought to begin with. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I do. And
Um,
that makes the good ones more special to me. That's the way I have to look at it,
mhm.
right? Or I would be sad that the good
Yeah,
ones
it is
are even
sad.
more
I
special.
can't tell you how many times I've been disappointed and let down in people on YouTube, but even just, like, people who would think that they don't have, like, I might not even really remember who they are or whatever. Sometimes, like, um, for instance, like, the ones, like, that I mean, people just man, they're so easy. Many people are just like a light switch. But
Yeah. But
now you wanna
with
know what
her,
Tom B said? Me too, but we'll
um, it's Queen Bee has it posted. If anybody wants to see it, Queen Bee has it on her
okay,
community
I
wall.
guess we could post it, maybe just look and real
Yeah,
quick.
it's yeah. Go ahead. But I don't know if I put it. It was gross. It's
Yeah,
up to you.
I understand. I've been there, where I don't want to
Yeah, I just
just
wouldn't
like that
promote.
whole just like that whole, recent that whole video that came out about, it was True Talking with that mama bear or whatever,
Oh
and
God, yeah, yeah,
I couldn't, like, play that again because it was so bad.
yeah.
And people were curious, but I'm like, "Man, I just was like,
You
"No,
might
I
want to look
really
before.
don't want to," and
y-
I was like,
Yeah,
"Here's the
Ziggy,
link."
you might want to look at that. It's a if you want to. I mean,
Oh, you mean the F word? Is that
no,
what you're
his
what?
at the very bottom with the arrows pointing to it. Yeah, that's why I was like, you may not want to put that up.
What? Did you guys see that? Sorry, yeah, that's bad. What the
Now,
what?
my first reaction was, I bet that's not him. But then found out he said he was drunk. So I don't know if he wants to explain. I mean, I'll listen to
God,
whatever explanation he has about
that
it.
is
I will
like
listen.
way worse than
Yeah,
I was sitting here thinking. I was like, oh my god, what's wrong? The F word?
yeah. I know. I was like, no, no, no,
No.
no.
I'm like, I didn't know that you were that easily offended. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If you guys want to see it, it's up on Queen Bee's. But see, that's why I was saying. So Jody Sue, who claims that, oh, how horrible he is, she has it up on her community wall. Why would you promote it if it was horrible? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why she did that.
Let's see, what was it? Okay, in response to, which is not, I mean, it doesn't matter what it's in response to, but at all. I mean, nothing, that type of
I think
response, like, why would he say that? That's so weird. Like, I
don't
can't
know.
imagine being that drunk.
Yeah, I don't know. I
This is
don't.
Michael, and this doesn't even look like it has anything to do with summer. They're talking about Brandy, it looks like, and
Yeah, I don't even know what was going on, but there's no reason that would, that would be okay to say. And there's no reason that someone who claims to care about the boys would put it on their community wall.
yeah, and gave me so much shit. That's like
Mm-hmm.
the last time Don used to come in here all the time. He was the very first channel that ever really shared me out.
Yeah,
He was a channel
that's true.
before I was.
I mean,
And
it stinks. He just did that great interview with Jackie Dobbs. I mean, that was a wonderful interview, right? And I like Don. That's too much. Yeah. Becca said
that
Don B
does
should
say a
have him in
lot
a no
about how
drink
his
lab.
mind works. That it does say a lot about his, that unless there's, I mean, I don't know. Like, even if I don't even, I'm trying to like think in my mind how, what, it's hard to make excuses for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's, but I
Yeah,
remember,
Angela.
huh?
I was just Angela James would say, "Why would your mind even go there?" And then to share
Mhm.
it, so irresponsible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then she sat there and fake cried about the poor boys and blah 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 blah. But she had posted it up for everybody to see, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but she has said a horrible accusation against the oldest boy. Horrible.
Mhm.
That same night she was talking about sedating.
Yeah.
Right? That night. She said something horrible about him. An accusation against a child. And I think that whole thing with her saying, Candace said, "What did you do? What did you do?" That she said that to the boys. I don't know if that's true. She lies so much, but that's putting it on the boys. Just like Donna Candace put it on the boys. Right? They were the last ones watching Summer. Right? And they
Right.
reiterate that. And Don, but I've told the boys over and over to, go out and get your sister. I've cussed them about leaving the door open. They put the blame on the boys and their children. I just don't, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get
No, it's
overly
true.
passionate.
No, I get it, because, and that's the thing. Like, I try. Yeah, the stuff that I have mentioned. Yeah, I try to understand. I can't imagine though coming out and straight out saying something like that though. What he Don said, Don B. But I posted a link in the chat, guys. Or those who are curious what was said, but it's like,
yeah, I just didn't want to put that on you, Ziggy, because then it'll come out that you're sharing. You know what I mean?
I was like, whoa, okay.
People take everything a step too far, in the way they do stuff. So. That girl said, in my opinion, he has something very heavy on his mind. That coming out showed something bad is on his mind. No excuse, but something is up. And I agree with that. I think something's going on with him.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I didn't know about that until now. But anyway,
She goes, "What do you mean, the F word?" I'm like, no, I use the F word 15, 20 times a day.
Huh?
Yeah, that was a couple of nights ago.
Let's see.
Becca, I haven't heard
Oh, he had a
theory.
creepy, very short video from last night around 10:30 p.m. at what? He had a video at around 10:30 p.m.
That was night before last.
That people are. It was some odd. Do you know the video that they're talking about here?
I didn't see it. No.
Where he went live, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know if anybody caught it.
Jennifer said Jenni is hard to offend. That's true. That's true. But if it's kids, yeah, I get. Yeah. It's just not fair. We don't talk about them.
Yeah,
We
I
don't say their names. Don't, not on purpose. I think on our panel a name has slipped out before, but we try not to.
really. Did you see what Jenna Sweet Pea said? It's odd that in the beginning, when he was a delivery driver, a woman made videos about Don B and how creepy he was in that area. Really?
Oh gosh, I didn't know that.
Where are these videos still out? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, I would watch. I mean, I would want to know. I mean, again, it's learning, it's curiosity, it's all that.
No, he wasn't speaking about Tyler and Michael. He was. It's clear who he was talking about. And either
Yeah,
way, he said, because he says Don and Candace were
DNC. Yeah,
were
Tennessee
doing
Southern
some
Hill
weird
says she
things.
thinks it was a week or so ago. Okay, I didn't know. I think it got posted a couple of days ago, but I don't. If you know, I don't. I mean, it's weird. I don't.
It was posted by Candace Bly.
Hmm?
It was
What?
creepy, but it said it was posted by Candace Bly or Candy Bly.
What was?
That's what Marlena's saying. I don't know what they're talking or what she's talking about. He needs a break. Maybe getting too close. He knows someone in the area involved in the case. Maybe. Um, she's a small YouTuber. She was like the first in the first. Okay, thank you, Jenna.
Yeah, I'd like to watch those too. If you
That
don't
he was.
mind, Jenna.
Yeah, I'll send it to you too if she sends it to me. Like, I'm about to get off here because I need to wash out my hair. But
Oh, that's right.
if she sends it to me, I'm definitely. If I for some reason don't send it to you, just message me and be like, "Hey, did she send that video?"
Well, I can
I am
put my
curious to see what
email.
she's talking
Is it okay if I put my email in your
about.
chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Duke says, "Hey, Jenny."
Hey, Diggs. Short video,
Yeah,
someone
I
in the
posted a
dark.
video.
Was that John B's video,
Oh,
Marlene?
Candace posted a video.
Oh, yeah. Benny did
She
a thing on this
did.
morning, but I haven't seen it. Yeah. Did it come down?
I didn't even know about it.
There, Jenna. I posted my email too. If you.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Say this.
Candace Wells. Is this her? Where does she go live at? I don't know. She hasn't gone live for so long, but that was like the normal forever. It's like it's so weird. These people are definitely all or nothing. Here, let me see. I'm trying to look to see what video they could be talking about. Is it Don Wells official? I don't know. It must be deleted, whatever it was. Keep asking, is it a new dark creepy video from Candace or the one she had up several months ago and took down? Anybody know? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But she was sending a fuck you to everyone. Oh, really? Oh, you just texted me. What did you text me? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what this is. Hold on. I have to try to figure out how to get it up on the screen. That's what sucks. Like when people best to just email me things because it would I'll get it. 1 second. I have to type it, make sure I type in the link completely correct, and it's all right. Okay, that was it.
Oh my God, I was muted all that time. I was talking and everything.
I was gonna say, I was about to say earlier, is like Jenny
I was
okay?
talking. Yeah, I was just talking. I was talking to people in chat. I was I was gonna say, did you know you could? I didn't know this until recently, so maybe it's just me being a dum dum. But you can send things to yourself in Facebook Messenger. So that's how I can get stuff like links from my
Oh,
phone when
that's a
somebody
good
texts
no,
it.
that's a good idea too, actually.
I can send it through
Yeah.
Messenger to my laptop. So
Okay.
yeah, it took me a while to figure that out for some reason.
Lip lock, it was nothing, actually. I mean, it was absolutely nothing. Yeah, great content, Candace. Thanks. Is it monetized? Hell if I know.
But
I
see,
don't
somebody
know.
will say, maybe she did it accidentally. And I'm like, if you guys don't understand, to get something up like that, it's not accidental. It's intentional to go low.
Well, I guess I guess I can get off here and get my shower and rinse out my hair. Someone heavy breathing, walking through the woods. Yeah, it kind of did sound like that.
And she likes to play pranks too, so she'll enjoy everybody trying to figure it out.
Yeah, yep, they do. There are definitely a bunch of pranksters over there on Pin Hill, I
It's
guess.
ridiculous.
Maybe she went to where some. Oh gosh.
Oh my god, that's
All
what she
right.
thinks that people will think. Yeah, you're gonna end up messing up if you don't get it out of your head.
Yeah. Thank you
I
so
was gonna
much for
say,
coming on though last minute. I
oh,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. I'm sure I'll
No,
be
it's
back
fun.
later. I just have to take a shower real quick. So,
Okay.
um, I can accident stay quiet. A few steps to complaint and still be an accident. What? Is she still in hiding? I'm guessing so, because nobody knows where she's at, really.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, thank you. I guess I'm gonna get off here.
Thank you
And
so much.
are you going live later?
I don't know. I don't think so because of Adrian's grandfather. So,
Yeah, every time you say Adrian, like it's because my name's Adrian. For those that don't know, it's confusing.
that's right.
Adrian is also is Krama Mama, which
Yes,
is
I'm
so
sorry.
funny because
Yes.
there for the longest time people like thought that before she came on camera they thought she was me because she sounded,
Yeah.
I guess, so much like me.
She had a thing that was like not Ziggy, as was her name. Like
Yes,
when we first started going live, it said not
mhm.
Ziggy. So people would stop because it was
Yeah,
nonstop. They're like, "Are you
yeah,
Ziggy?"
because there was people actually thinking that we're trying to make it like I was lying,
Yeah.
about that it was that Chroma Mama is really me, and I was, yeah, like people were
Yeah,
set.
because Krama too. Yeah, that was because she had Krama in her name too, so that made it worse. People thought.
Georgette, yeah, I'm sure she knows our police. All right. All
So
right, guys.
thank you so
I'll talk to you
much for
later.
having me
Oh,
up.
yeah, Jenny. Thank you so much.
Bye,
All
you
right.
guys. Good luck with your hair.
Thank you.